This video is powered by LearnToPlay.live, the only hardware synth performance course. Register now and enjoy 40% off. So when I say DJ Sasha, John Digweed, Danny Howells, Seb Fontaine, Anthony Papa, I can go on. Sander Kleinenberg, myself, progressive house. It is that genre that it's a bit of an enigma when you ask people point blank, what is progressive house? Honestly, most of them can't really tell you. It's more of a sort of like hodgepodge of different styles together, but progressive meaning thinking forward. It shows you that that genre has got something going on, right? Now, I have never performed live with it, which is weird. You know, I've always DJ'd with it, but I never performed live with it. So I was thinking, if it comes to the fabric of how this music is being made, how do progressive house music techniques actually work? Now, that's going to be today's video. Are you ready for it? Let's go and do that right now. Hey and welcome, my name is Analog Kitchen and thank you for checking out yet another video. Now if this is your first time here, don't hesitate to click subscribe and hit that notification bell. Whenever I upload a new video, you'll be kept in the loop and you'll not miss out on anything. Stick around till the end of this video. I will tell you all about LearnToPlay.live. I will tell you all where you can get a cool t-shirt like this, and I will tell you all about the Mixer project. Now, progressive house, as I said it's that genre that really originated, I think, in England. Nick Warren, Dave Seaman, Sasha, John Digweed, you can go on. I think that those are the bigger names in the genre, but now you also have guys like Guy J, and in Holland you've got like Alki Klein who's doing that sound, and it is a genre that encompasses a lot of sounds. Usually there's a lot of melodics going on, there's a lot of atmosphere. It really is a musician's genre, a musical form, which is really, I think it's really cool. Now, as opposed to techno, where it's more on the technology of what you can do with sound and sometimes otherworldly things, this evolves around melodies. So I love to really dive into the fabrics of how it works, even if you're not using too many synths. Now I have got an extensive setup ready to show you certain things, but still I'll try to keep it to a minimum because 6-7 musical ingredients in progressive house is not weird, but 6-7 synths to bring on stage, that might be a challenge, costly, and how are you going to just like keep track of everything? Now let's dive into how we can make some progressive house. What are the fabrics of the genre? How can you do that if you want to do it? I kept it fairly simple when it came to drums and in terms of bass line. So there's pads, lead, there is an arpeggio obviously, and then there are some drums. So it's not more than 6 or 7 tracks in total that I'm using, which should be manageable, right? Now this is how I do it. So this is the setup to make some progressive house, or at least what I would say was progressive house way back in the days. We've gone over it in the intro already. Progressive house, it goes by many shapes and forms, but I'm talking about old school progressive house, obviously. So even with a little bit of a French twist. Now what do I mean with that? There are artists like oracles, like guys like Ento as well, who really switch out a sort of like major or minor chord with a major influence in it. So what I've done here is I got the OB6 module and I've got some strings playing, as you can hear. How this works is I've got it on chord mode. We're in F classic minor. So I'm using progressions, which means, let me open up the filter so you can hear it. Right? Okay, so can we do something? And then this is just an octave higher, meaning 12 notes up, right? So if I'm thinking on how can I do a progression, then I'm thinking maybe from here to here, because on the bass, it would mean going from here to here, root note, right? Here to here to here, here, and then this is the major chord here. So you go from here, and you won't hear it if you just play a bass line. You just don't hear it because these notes, the bass line I'm playing right here, are the lowest notes on the chord. If you would look this triad chord, meaning 3 notes, it will just play that. You can hear that this fits in, yeah? This wouldn't fit, this wouldn't fit, this wouldn't fit, you know? So this is the chord. There's a chord, 2. Right, okay, mess it up, but you catch my drift. So what I would like to do is I'll play something. I've got some beats, simple beats, because I didn't do anything with the Octatrack yet. There's a kick drum on 1. There's a, let's just turn this off. There is a kick drum on 1, a loop on 2, and a loop on 3. Let's listen to the drums first. Nice, thick kick. I've got it spaced out on my controller here as well, so I can adjust it if I would like to. Why am I crooked? I'm crooked as hell. Oh yeah, I see why. There you go. Before you lean over to one side and fall over. Crooked meaning one of the channels was a little bit more out of balance, right? Cool. Now, the looper is engaged. I can loop some stuff on here so I can play the bass line and tell it to record my bass line on the Octatrack if I would like to. And I have set the Octatrack as the master, so the MPC is following along. So you can see that it's running right here, which is cool. Don't know if you can make it out on the camera because the lights might be screwing around with it. I don't know. Well, you take my word for it. Yeah, take my word for it. That's what it is. That is what it is. All right. So what I would do if I see this running, I'll start here. Nice 4-chord progression, right? But boring as hell, so I will do. Something like this. Let's record it in. Bum, bum. 1, 2, 3. Ba, ba, do, do, do. And nice. So now I play my chord by help of the chord that are in the MPC. So the chord progression. Still need to figure out what the order was all about, right? Cool. Okay, so what I'll do, lower the filter, enter some drums in. Ooh, nice. I'm liking that. I'm gonna turn down my OB6 a little bit. Little drum. Ooh, fresh. And just to play something live, you know, this is the progression. I would do that later on in the track though, but if I would like to get into the vibe, I'll start with my chord progression. Nice. You know what I'm saying? Let's focus on my bass line a little bit because I've got the cathedral sitting here, and the cathedral is taking care of some reverb that is going to the. Let's find maybe a hole. Open it up a little bit more. impressed? Not really. Reverb time. There you go. See? This one is the same. So the first one I can go down, that's here, and the next one I can go up. So the progression would be kick out. So go ahead. Down, up. See? And why do I do it? Because that means you can play something with a little bit of a variety. Then if I want to loop something, when I'm going to take this out, say, I think I can loop something on the root note like just as an intro. I recorded it now here. That's my bass line right now. Could I have played it tighter? Yes, I could have, but you got the idea. So I can just play around and do the same thing. Nice. Nice, liking that. So that's my idea. Let's see if we can do that same sort of bass line with the almighty Minitaur and get something else for this going. So I'll go out of here, knowing that I can get a little bit tighter as well. So I will take the chords out. I'll play notes. And I have to go F, get the same thing going. Okay, let's find my notes. Nice. Let's record it straight in. Not like that. Not like that. Oh my God. Start here. 1, 2, 3. I'll do it there. Again, now I got it. I fall. Oh, did I mess it up? Okay, start here. 1, 2. It took forever, but we're here. Oh. Nice, okay. Nice, cool, like that. Ooh, liking that. So now, instead of playing bass, Let's try something else here. Nice. Let's go supportamento. Higher notes. So focusing on the Tetra here, let's go see if we can make an arpeggio. Now what I've done is obviously an arpeggio is something that if you got the chords that you want, I got slightly different chords for the arpeggio because I want the arpeggio, I don't want the arpeggio to play the same notes as the OB6. So I've got, so we'll play our track. Okay, and then if I've pretty much got an idea on what I want to do, I'll hit note repeat, but I'll hit shift note repeat, so I won't be standing here like forever. Nice. Of course, screw it up. 1, 2, 3, and there we go. Let's listen to the filter. Bit of a reverb. Longer notes. Nice. So it's starting to come together a little bit now. Liking it. Play something here. Okay. Well, let's see if we can make some. Let's see if we can make some sense of it. Also, we've got a arpeggio coming here, coming from the MPC. MPC is sending out MIDI to everything. The bass line goes through the DG7 and the Black Sky right here. So if I'm focusing on the bass line, I'm going to shape the sound a little bit to make sure that the track does what it does. Now I've got my Minitaur here, but I will play my drums first. Focusing on the drums, I'll get to that in a second. So let's see if we're gonna shape something up. What I will do, and this is a little bit technical, but I will stick a compressor on my kick, so that the kick is going to be a little bit more in your face. I can hear it immediately, so I will gain it up a little bit. Is the ratio, yeah. Threshold. You hear? So this is a lot of low end, but then it becomes a little bit tighter. This might be too much. So the full threshold open, not affecting anything, is on 127. I'll go down. Not less than 100. Gained it up to 7. Let's listen to how these drum loops are now working. Go to the second track, which is where the drum loop is. Let's see what we've done. We've pitched it out of the center a little bit. And then the third loop, the second loop actually, which holds this stereo clap. I think we can lower the volume on this one a little bit. Nice. Now let's go in and double click on the master track. You can't really alter anything apart from the effects. So for effects, what we're going to do, we're going to find ourselves a reverb. I've used a dark verb here, and that dark verb, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold my second scene button, and I'm going to say the mix is going to go not further than 19, but the time is going to go way open. And also, let's take out a little bit of low end, right? That's here. So the high pass, meaning the highs can pass through, so it's taking out the lows. Now if I open it up, whoa, space, bam. So that's a nice trick that I use. You can do it with delay as well. I'll just use it with this. In an ideal world, I will chop off this clap and lower the clap a little bit, but for sake of this video not turning into days, I'll think like, let's just focus on how it sounds. So the kick drum. I'm liking this, man. This is really sweet sounding. So I don't want to overdo it. I can add more drums into it, but that's not what I want to do right now. Right now, I'll stop it and I'll play. Cool, let's go and start seeing what happens. We're on a Minitaur, which let's focus on the bass. The envelope generation on this specific sound is absolutely amazing. Why? Because listen to what happens if I open up the filter. Now, what characteristics does this bass have? This bass is almost like an FM type bass line. It's very short, very percussive, and I'm liking that because listen to this with the kick drum. I don't know if you got a good sound system, but you can hear that there's a little bit of clashing on the first of the and the listen here. So usually I would avoid this bass line to hit the ones, or you can sidechain it obviously if you would, but I don't really, I don't want to EQ the stuff too much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the filter. Can we add some delay to it? Ooh, nice. Not too loud. And what I will do is I will hold this until the light goes green. That's here. And now I go for a triplet. Triplets meaning pam, 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 pam. This is delay time that I'm going to set manually, like so. Now if you're listening to this on your headphone, you'll hear it go stereo. Now I can turn it down a little bit and introduce more reverb. Let's overdo it. Spring reverb or shimmer. But since we're not in LSD land, let's just keep it nice and tight, right? So how does this sound? Like so, like so. This is dry. Still cool, but we need a little bit of space, right? Because we're not using too many ingredients here, so we need to make the most of what we have, right? So a little bit of delay here, a little bit of reverb, everything in moderation. And a little bit longer. Hey! Next up, let's add in the Tetra. Let's just do it. But the Tetra is going through the Acidbox 3. So now I'll build up the track. 2, 3, 4. And also, the Acidbox 3 is going through the Hall of Fame. And that's on the plate. Let's try a hole. Ooh, I'm liking that. Spaced. Ooh, I'm liking that a lot. Okay, let's play around with these pads here now. Obviously those pads could be better, but you know what? It's okay for now. Now, and with a track like that, I need a lead line, so that's something that I would play live. Otherwise, everything else is going to come from the sequencer. Play around the filter, find a sound, a little bit of sound design. Something. But if it needs to be something that complements the track, I would tone it down. If it needs to be something I want to be uplifting, I'll play it up. Longer notes, so I can play some more ambience. With those. Nice one. Nice one. I'm liking that. So take those 80s strings out of there. See? So a lot of it is to do with the foundation of the track. You know what I mean? I'm liking that. Now what I would do also is, if I was to go to a different sort of like part, I'll probably copy this. Say like, you know what, let's copy this sequence over, because this is going to be going to the next unused one, which is in this case 2. Say copy sequence, yes, cool. I'll say do it, meaning 1, 2, 3, and bam, there it is. I'll even call this 1-2. Now that I'm on the other sequence, see what we got here. All right, cool. Yep. Let's do it like so. Go to 1.-2, just to make I'm going in the right direction. Do it, 2, 3, and bam, there we go. So this is the melody, and the first part is going to be the straight one. Bum, 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 bum. So what I will do here is with the Minitaur, I'll keep it on 1. Same for the that's how I'll probably space out my track. Let's add a little bit more drums in. Find, say, maybe a, let's find it like so. We're gonna find our audio, find some drums. I think we can do with a little bit of an open hat. Open hats are easy to find once I find mine. There you go, bam, in. Let's see what we got right here. Out of there. Ooh, yes, I've got something. Here we go. Drum machines. I'll go for, shall we go for the classic 909 hat? Let's do that. What have we got? Nice. So we'll stick it in. There you go. And even still short, but I'll still make it shorter than this. So we'll go to my sound here, and I'll go in and say amp, make it short. Now there's nothing there. And obviously turn it down a little bit. Now you can build your track up. That's how I would start a track. Open up the bass line a little bit more. Here we go. Ah, nice. Get into that hypnotizing kind of vibe, right? Nice one. Let's add something in by means of just taking out the notes. Where am I? These are 4 notes. Let's go down. Custom. Let's do that. I'll go. Yeah, bam, bam, whatever. And I will go in half level, so. Nice one. Cool. Short notes on the ARP. Open it up. Nice. Now what I also want to do with this Minitaur, I'll go in, and since this is just this one part, I will say I will have to shuffle this up a little bit. So I'll go in here. And then swing. And I'm only going to go, it's on 50, that's the standard setting. I will go to 53, bum, ba-da-bum, bam, bum, ba-dum, bum, ba-da-bum. Nice. Now we got a bit of a boogie going, right? That was very stupid. Anyway, I've got a different hat there. Let's do the same thing as I did just now. Get out of there. shorten the head. Oh, nice. It's actually sending program change to my... That's cool. Ooh, nice. I'm controlling the Minitaur here. But I would like to go in and say, get out of there. Nice. Cool. Well, that's pretty much how I set stuff up, so I try things. You can see it's for me just figuring it out and jamming around and getting to a certain place where I feel comfortable. Nice one. Now, there's still something I would like to try, which is this was not really something that I thought was, I mean, I thought it was okay, but not to the point that I thought, okay, wicked. So let's play around with the OB6 and play a different chord, but now a different sound, obviously, because my God. Let's go. I know here. I'm liking that, recording it in, bam. Let's see if I recorded it. We go in? Yes, it went in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice, okay, so now we got something hypnotizing going at its end. You see how this arpeggio is constantly going. Now, if we're going to just, you know, this is something we can build up. Back out. So the drive is coming from the beats and the bass. Bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, bum, bum. Nice one, right? That's sitting where it sits. Let's take the OB6 out of the way. It plays, but it shouldn't be in your face. Cool. Now, next thing that I think is very important, you've got 16 notes on the arpeggio here. Let's lower the arpeggio as well. This filter can do crazy stuff, by the way. There you go. Have it do something random. And now I can play half tempo. knobs. Who doesn't want one? And then you just build up your layers. And the way I like to do is that I like my layers to be a little bit like inaudible would be exaggerating, but they shouldn't be like too clear that everybody knows what I'm playing, right? So. Old school. Nice. Let's lower the ARP. Focus a little bit on the bass. Oh, this is nice. Take out the OB6. So we got just the bass. Let's play around with some portamento and re-bass it up a little bit so we can get a re-bass. I think on this specific preset, they put the oscillator sync on, which is something you have to do, connecting this thing to, yes, a computer, because there is an editor for this. That's absolutely awesome. Ah. This is probably how I would start a track, something like this. See, it builds up and it builds up. So, hi-hat out. Now you still hear the ARP. I try to hide stuff in the darkness. I never really turn stuff off, but if you lower filters, it's the same, right? Okay, head in. Hey. And this is what I always say. Something that we really dive into at Learn to Play Live. Also, this bass line needs to act as a breakbeat almost, like something that could propel your groove forward. Let's triple that for a bit here. Progressive house music techniques. This is how I do it. Let me know in the comment section what you are doing. If you would like to learn anything about this, that, or the other, you might want to enroll at learntoplay.live, which is where we teach everybody this kind of stuff. Really, it is the be-all and end-all course when it comes to live DAWless music production and performance. So if you're up for that, go check that out. If you want to get closer to me, you have more questions than answers. Another thing you could do is sign up at patreon.com/analogkitchen, where the whole community congregates. I've got a bridge going into Discord, which means that in Discord we all talk. We do this after the video chat, so we'll just talk about. When we do this after the video, we go into the video chat and we'll talk about all the different things that might have occurred in the video or whatever, you know. It's just like a very cool community which has been growing for the last maybe 3-4 years, and it's really cool, respectable people in there. You know, you want to play your demo, you want to just like know something, you want to ask something. It's a very safe environment to actually tread your toes into the water. That's cool. On patreon.com/analogkitchen you can also find a copy of the Doorless Bible, which is like a sort of like PDF that I've been working on, that's ever growing, on which I actually write everything down that I've got on my mind, stuff that I run into. How do you connect gear? How do you interpret sound in a club? How do your cans on your head, your headphones, translate to a club sound system? What to do when you get to the club? Well, how to package your stuff? Everything, I'm writing it down as a diary, as it were, you know? So I'm calling it the Doorless Bible, and it's an ever-growing thing. So that you can find on the slightly higher up tiers on patreon.com/analogkitchen. Now, if you made it this far into the video, you, sir or ma'am, are an absolute superstar. Thank you for being here. Leave suggestions in the comment section below, please. Next week, I think the mixer is going to be here. It might be. Let me know what you think. And don't be a stranger. Keep watching this space. I'll catch you next week. You know where. On another video. I'm in Analog Kitchen. And I'm out. Peace.